Hi, everyone. I have been having a surprisingly great week. How about you? How is your week going? Did your kids start school or are they getting ready to start? Most of you will probably be doing some form of online learning, and I have a strategy for you today that will get your kids off to a great start. So we started this week and it's been better than I expected. I almost feel like it's a trial run for our dream of traveling for a year and doing homeschooling with the boys. And I know there's more of you out there who'd love to do it. And listen, this can be a great chance to try it out and try out the whole distance learning platform and see how you can make it work. We're taking advantage of that, okay? And I have to tell you, it's working. And I know it's just the first week, but I can see us really getting into a routine. And I'm not saying it's been perfect because we've had to make some changes to the original schedule we had in mind. And I've had more chocolate this week than I meant to. But in many ways, we are loving it, okay? So how is it going for your kids? Here are a few signs that it's working, and I want you to think about how things are running at your house, because if you're like me, and I know you are because you care about your kids' education and their health and their well-being, then you want to make sure that your kids actually learn and step it up this year, even if they're not in their traditional school, okay? Then you need to make some observations, okay? As a matter of fact, that's what I told my kids about this week, that we were going to be like scientists, okay? We're like scientists this week, making observations and taking notes so that we can make changes and have an even better plan for next week, okay? So here are some signs that you have a solid routine, okay? Number one, your kids wake up and they get ready to go on time and ready to get started without reminding or too much negotiating, okay? Number two, everyone knows the schedule and follows it. They comply with the structure you've set up, and they're actually getting their work done. Okay. Number three, you hear things like, "Thank you, Mom," and "This is actually nice." And there's an overall sense of relief, okay? If instead you have to drag your kids up from bed, get into a million arguments and negotiations and power struggles to get them to follow the plan and stick with the routine, and they're not getting much work done, or they're getting work done but it's not their best, right? Or there's frustration and constant talk about how bad the situation is and how they wish things were different over and over again, then your routine and your plan needs a little tweaking, okay? Today, I want to offer you a strategy you can use to start changing this dynamic. But before I tell you, there are two things that you need to know and accept and believe as givens, okay? Number one is mornings are key. That's it. Number two, your kids will not get the most out of the school year if you just tell them to log onto their computer every day and leave it at that, okay? So given those two things, here's what I want you to do. Instead of just starting the school day by having them log into their classes, I want you to lead a gathering time, okay? Sit down together and go over the schedule for the day, and then ask them to tell you 3 words to describe how they're showing up that day. And I want you to give them a minute to really think about it and assess how they're feeling about the day and give you those 3 words, okay? You can give them your own example if they seem lost, but give them time to think. If they're quiet, just wait. One of my kids said, prepared, enthusiastic, and excited. And the other one said intelligent, ambitious, and kind. There's no right or wrong answers. Whatever they say is true for them. So just listen and respond, okay? If they're on the positive side, I want you to tell them how it will be useful for them to show up that way. For example, you might say, "Great! The fact that you're prepared today means you will be able to focus on your work and get it done on time," okay? If they say something on the negative side, then say, "Tell me more. What do you mean by whatever they said, tired?" Anything like that, and then have a conversation about them, okay? Let them explain how they feel and why they think that is and how it may affect their work that day. Then ask how you can help them. This is what I do to start a day, and it helps set the tone for the day, anticipate any issues before they happen, figure out what they'll need help with and how I can help them, Emphasize that we are a team and that they're not alone on this. Teach them how to process their emotions so that they can focus and do their best work, okay? Try it out for the next 2 weeks. Do it every single day and see what happens. Not only will it help your kids get mentally prepared for their schoolwork, but it will do wonders for your relationship and how you work together through the school year, right? Okay, if you haven't yet, join my email list so you can get a behind the scenes look at our operation here and access to even more strategies. You'll also get a free guide emailed to you if you join. I'll put the link in the comments, and reach out if you're stuck on overwhelm or your kids are struggling with online learning. I would be glad to talk to you about your particular situation. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe your email for more tools you can use at home. All right, see you next time. Ciao.